Main purpose, it's Olympic map of Sarajevo. Olympic city, Sarajevo, was surrounded with the 4 Olympic spots. On the east side, Trebević, the spot of the bobsled.
Yes.
Cable car, the best view, coffee bar, panorama, restaurant, hotel,
That's
kino.
where we were before, yeah.
Next to Trebević on east as well, Jahovina, the spot for the ladies' king. Third one, on my left, Igman. On the map is here, ski jumping and ski crossing. Fourth one, Bjelašnica, the spot for the men's skiing. One personal question, you sound like from USA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know maybe who was the famous in 84, in 14 Olympic in Sarajevo? 2, 3 Americans. One, he was the winner of downhill, Bill Johnson.
Okay.
And other famous twins, the winner of slalom, Phil and Steve Meir.
I'm here. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
This city, Sarajevo, Sarajevans, February 84, we lived the 2 best week of everything.
Yeah.
No one couldn't believe, predict, even a nightmare's dream. 8 years later, we have to live the 4 year of the worst. 2 sieges of the World War II, Leningrad, Stalingrad. This one was longer than all. In the modern history, longest one. Red line on the map, siege line, 60 kilometers, 60. Beyond of the red, occupied, control this one, or Army of Republika Srpska. Here, literally like a ghetto, concentrating camp, 250,000 to 300,000 Sarajevans stay, live, and try to survive. Every meter of the red, of the 60, it was option of sniping. But bloody, deadly, it was from here. Red pocket on the map. It's urban part of Sarajevo who occupied these guys. Grbavica. Front line here was city river. And left bank of the river, towers, houses, apartments in. Option of the snipers. And this kilometer of artery of Sarajevo, of the main road, who was exposed to pocket. Sniper alley.
Okay.
That's sniper
Yes.
alley.
That's we drove.
At the time, we avoid the same one. We practiced to use the parallel one,
Right.
road of life.
Right.
But even in road of life, every intersection, to stay in one, we have to run.
Yeah. So there was no way to secure this area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We drove the old town, Churchia, Eternal Flame, Sniper Alley, and came to this one.
Yeah.
Our president is Butimir.
Currently, this is where we sit.
Non on siege all the time.
Yeah.
And always Butimir. Yellow one, it was a road to Croatia.
Okay.
Supply, logistic, and many other things started from there, and
Had to
200
come
kilometers
in.
next came to this one.
Right.
Blue on the map, it's airport of Sarajevo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before then became UN zone, the same airport controlled the army of this one. This is the shape of the one, Yugoslavia.
Yeah. And so to the north, where this is north.
North is on the.
Okay. Okay.
This is the southwest.
Okay. Okay. So southwest
Yes.
Herzegovina and
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. You have to know, Bosnia and Herzegovina left this one like a fourth republic, but the war was the third one. First republic who divided and left the Yugoslavia at the end of the June 91 was Slovenia. But you have to know, this republic in this one always was Western and richest republic, because next to Slovenia, Italy and Austria.
Yeah.
And plus Milosevic, for the long war, politically, he didn't have a target. No more, not too much Serbs.
So
Ethnicity of Slovenia mostly are Western Christians, Catholics. Yes, the war happened 10 days. 40 people were killed and over.
in Slovenia.
Yes. The end of the June 91. Day later, Croatia left the Yugoslavia. But if you are compared to, Croatia had a huge problem. 500,000 citizens of Croatia, it was ethnically Croatia Serbs. They wouldn't like to, politicians of those, to accept the Croatia new one. Serbs of Croatia, they like to stay with this one, with the domestic.
And so you had internal civil war type
No, see, also it was aggression as well.
aggression, internal aggression.
Yes.
Okay.
Other problem for the Croatia was propaganda. Serbs of Croatia afraid Croatia new one could be like a Croatia in the World War II. Because in that war, Croatia was a fascist country.
Yeah.
Have you heard for Ustaše?
No.
The guys, extremely Croats who follow the same ideology like a Nazi. In the World War II, Ustaše, they were killed in Yugoslavia, a lot of Serbs. Anti-fascist Croats, Muslims, the Romans, and they were killed. 11,000 of the 14,000 Jewish. Holocaust in former Yugoslavia led by Ustaše.
Ustaš, and so he was World War II,
Definitely.
but this is the same.
And the Serbs at the time, current Serb,
Yeah,
they afraid Croatia, new one,
yeah.
could be like a Croatia in the World War II. But of course it was propaganda.
So this is what they were spreading. Okay.
And Croatia war started. Politically, Croatia Serbs supported Milosevic, military Yugoslav army.
Yeah.
In the second half of the 91, Croatia Serbs, they were occupied more than 30% of the one territory, sovereign state, independent of Croatia territory, and they announced para-state. Like, as I said, Donbass in Ukraine, of the Russians. Similar one was of the Serbs in Croatia, Republic of Srpska Krajina.
And so this they want to break off and
That state, who was born in para-state, Krajina, created in the war and stay alive the next 4 years. Precisely existed until August 95. Temporary. The war of Croatia was frozen war. The January 92 in Sarajevo. The Serbs, the Croats, pressure made international community. They signed the documents here and included UN troops came in and they divided Serbs and Croats, and war was frozen. But para-state of the Serbs stay alive the next 4 years.
so they negotiated a peace between the two.
Yes, like a
And
frozen war.
So this is the
At the time.
the UN did this.
Yes.
Okay.
International community, they send the troops, UN troops.
Yeah. So how did they enforce it? Was it because the UN would?
Of course.
Okay.
Like every UN peacekeepers.
Yeah.
Stay neutral, follow the instruction of the UN Security Council.
Yeah. But if the adversaries say, okay, I'm not going to follow the UN,
Definitely.
then the UN would take action against.
No.
No?
The UN always stay neutral.
Yeah.
Take the
Yeah.
position
But they have to defend themselves. Yeah.
of that one of the mandate they had.
Okay.
They had.
Yeah.
And some humanitarian issue as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Third republic who left the Yugoslavia without any war. September 91 was Macedonia. Ethnicity. Macedonians are Eastern Christians, most of them. The Orthodox, like Serbs, like Greek, like Russians, Montenegrins. They are Eastern Christians, Orthodox. But in this one, there is one more ethnicity. Albanians.
Albanians, yeah.
Next to it's Albania. Turkey, so close. Too much risky for Milosevic to open one more war. September 91, it was war here. Live in peace, Macedonians. Target for Milosevic after the war of Croatia was frozen.
Then he started.
It was Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah.
When you take this one and downsize, you will get this one. Bosnia and Herzegovina always was Yugoslavia small,
Yeah.
including the population.
Yeah.
At the time, more than 4.5 million we were live in the Bosnia and Herzegovina. 40%, it was Bosnian Muslims. 30 Bosnian Orthodox. 19 Bosnian Catholics and others. At the same rates, it was in the BH parliament. Politically, it was hard work to bring declaration of independence like in previous republics. 91, and quarter of the two, Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have to stay in this one. Who was fake Yugoslavia.
It was
Composed by the Serbia, two provinces, Kosovo, Vojvodina, Montenegro, and BH. In those five, fake Yugoslavia, it was only one regular army, GNA. But it was not more multi-ethnic army. Origin army, in this one, every boy, every adult after the 18 has to go to the state service. 12 months, 6 more was Navy, but in chain of the same, chain of command. High ranking guys, mostly were Serbs. The generals, commanders were Serbs. And task of the army, they have protect all of the Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia, it was 6 federal republics.
this is the fake Yugoslavia.
We spoke about the origin,
Yeah.
but that army existed in a fake Yugoslavia.
Okay.
But in the meantime, the army of Yugoslavia became military of the two. Because
The two.
Slovenia left, and Slovenia left the service.
Okay.
Next one, Croatia, Croats left the service. Bosnian Muslims and Croats, we stopped to go to the GNA. But Bosnian Serbs keep going on.
Yeah.
It was military of the Serbians and Montenegrins. But they still use the name, like origin one, and symbol.
The GNA.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was fake army.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was military of the Serbians and Montenegrins, including
Yeah,
the Red Star.
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah. So.
And that army,
Fake in terms of its allegiance, but they were.
but it was regular in the fake Yugoslavia,
Yeah. Yeah.
including the
Because Yugoslavia is no longer it doesn't, but it's,
doesn't exist more.
Yeah, but it's Yugoslavia. Yeah. Well,
Milosevic still used the same
yeah,
things,
yeah, and
like
so
a name of the spot, name of the military, but everything was fake.
and so yeah, so he wanted to take over the role of he wanted to become the next Tito. Is that the
Like, but Serbian Tito.
Serbian Tito? Okay, yeah,
Tito was Yugoslavian guy,
yeah.
but he was only the Tito, would like to be Tito of Serbs.
Yeah, but he wants Serb to be.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
The last problem for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the biggest one, our destiny, it was not in the Bosnian hands. We have to listening at the time what will say European Economic Community. Precisely, we have to listening what will say Brussels. And they advise Bosnia and Herzegovina authorities. It's democracy, giving chance to the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina. They have to say what they'd like to be in the future. 9 months when Slovenia left, at 1st of March in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have to do, and we did. We organized a referendum. Question, I pretty remember because I voted. Are you for the sovereign, independent state, BH, state of the Muslims, Serbs, Croats, and others? The gesture on the end and below, it was 2 options. Yes or no. 64.5 Bosnians in total, they voted.
Yes.
99.7 of those, they voted for yes.
Yes to be.
Sovereign independent. All of the others, all of the Catholics, all of the Muslims, but crucial support, you have to know, gave the Serbs. Not all, but Bosnian Serbs, like human beings, mixed married, the Serbs who believe in life together, they voted and voted for yes.
Yes.
Other option for the Serbs, it was no.
Right.
And no meant.
But majority of the Serbs, they boycotted referendum. Ignore. They wouldn't like to vote because
Why?
main politicians of the Serbs at the time, Plavšić, Koljević, Krajišnik, and main one, Karadzic, they are listening at the time, Big Brother. What will says Milosevic?
What does he say?
Yes. And he had a plan.
For them.
He believed if the one ethnicity, Serbs of Bosnia and Herzegovina ignore referendum, the results of the same one will not be acceptable for the Brussels. No legitimacy.
So why? So they defer to Brussels,
Of course,
but why? I mean,
he didn't have other option.
Yeah.
What says Brussels? We have to listening instruction.
Brussels from a UN perspective, or Brussels?
Brussels like a EU.
Yeah, but
perspective.
there's no EU involved here, yeah.
At the time, it was not EU, it was EEC,
Okay.
European Economic Community.
Yeah, right. So
And basically, Bosnia and Herzegovina belongs to the Europe.
okay.
And some future of us will be the part of the
Yeah.
association, if I
Yeah.
can
So
say.
the EEC then
Later
became
removed to the EU.
EU, and then Bosnia and
Like now we are listening
the-
EU, at the time we listening EEC.
Yeah, right. Listening, but
Politically
but
issue, the whatever, okay.
but you're not a member, right?
Because other alternative at the time, at the moment, doesn't exist.
Okay. So it's better to listen to here than listen
Absolutely.
than listen to
Absolutely.
something east of
Absolutely.
here. Yeah.
But we expected the same EEC help to us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
At 6th of April, 92, 12 members of EEC, they accepted the results of a referendum and they recognized the BH like a sovereign, like an independent, and nothing more. Enjoy Bosnians in your sovereignty. They accepted us and left us on
The
the...
EEC said,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
They later, you did. Americans recognized the BH, but it was one package. In the USA, it was 3 new. Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah.
You have to know, at the time in charge was George Bush Senior administration.
It was a Clinton. No, Clinton came after. Clinton came to
Yes,
Kosovo.
but at the time, when Bosnia and Herzegovina the voted for independence, it was George Bush Senior.
Yeah.
And secretary was James Baker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At the time, Americans supported only this one. Integrity of Yugoslavia. But Germany...
Because Tito was able to hold, and this is
Tito at the time doesn't exist. He was
exists,
died,
yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah. But this was easier to manage from a diplomatic way. Yeah. Okay.
But also on other side, Germany and Vatican, they push away 2 republics, leave Yugoslavia, because they are Catholics. At the time, Americans, basically, they waited what will happen here. A referendum was succeeded. They accepted 3 new.
They took the least
Obviously, no more Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
What we follow the be strong for the integrity of the one.
Yeah.
The one it's gone.
Yeah.
Let's go accept 3 new.
Okay. Because that's what the Vatican and everybody else said. So okay, it's easiest to go this direction. Yeah.
At the 6th of April 92, in this one, the Ramadan month was over. It was the first day of Ramadan Eid. It's day like a Christmas, like Easter, family holiday, lunch, coffee.
Yeah.
Instead of the lot of sweet, the war started. And siege as well.
They waited till Ramadan's complete and then they
Ramadan Eid.
eat. Okay.
First day after the month, Ramadan over,
okay.
it Eid, and the war started.
Okay. Yeah.
Day after the referendum, Yugoslav army took control of this one. Red line, you have to know, it was not born over the night. 91, beginning of the 2, many of us, we saw activities around of the Sarajevo of the Yugoslav army.
Activities like
I mean, excavation, fortification, some artillery.
Like
They
what-
dropped
like-
it. The media asked them, what are you doing?
It's like Putin going to Ukraine. It's like he goes right to the
Because-
border.
Special military operation.
Yeah.
At the time, it was the exercise, training,
Right,
practice.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not going to go. We're not
We're
going to go.
doing
Yes.
it, but we are. Yeah.
But then, and
It's
then,
not your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, that army has to leave. 22nd of May 92, 3 republics of former Yugoslavia, Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina, became the 3 full membership of United Nations. Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia, and 3 new flags on the East River. 1 day later,
What year was this one?
It was the 22nd of May 92.
As it started, they became.
The war started already, but
Yeah.
2 months later, UN adopted us like a full membership.
So the UN. So what?
It was politically very important
Yeah.
because day later, Bosnian presidency to the Army of Yugoslavia, we said to them, "You are here illegally."
Because
How-
the UN recognized.
Yes.
Yeah,
How could stay the one army
Right.
of the state who's gone
Yeah.
in the new UN member? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And we gave to them 2 options. One, it was fair option. Guys, leave
Right.
and go to Serbia or Montenegro. Other option was ultimatum. Okay, no problem, stay in.
But
On your response, because next one, you are legal target, military target for Bosnians.
For BH. Yeah.
And they left the Sarajevo.
And then
They left the airport. They went to the line who created previous by the
This was after the acceptance by the UN. The line
and
comes.
they switched the uniforms. No more pretend. Bosnian Serbs with staff of the army created this one. An airport after became the blue one. The bridge for the humanitarian.
But this is still BH here, right?
Yes.
So
Yes,
there's
it was BH, but Bosnian government didn't have control of all the territory.
because they couldn't defend it.
Arms embargo going on.
Ah.
And finally, UN came in and they were opened here the bridge for the humanitarian. Nothing more.
This
Flour, beans, rice, medicine, sugar, metal boxes, lunch packages, vegetable oils, macaroni, candles, and sometimes we got feta cheese. No war supply.
no munitions, no
No
arms.
war logistic.
Yeah.
And plus, this one was restricted area.
Yeah.
Only UN stuff.
Yeah.
No move.
Yeah.
Opposite of us, we are on Butmir's side. On the other side is this one. Dobrinja. Control the Bosnians, but Dobrinja stay under the siege. Butmir was always not on siege. 2 Bosnian territory, more than 1 year, physically we didn't have communication. More than 1 year, tunnel doesn't exist. More than 1 year, we would like to stay alive here. We would like to save the Sarajevo, defend it. How we bring supply, logistic for all? We have to running across of the blue.
So no telecommunications.
Definitely.
So they just
And that's running back and forward was Sarajevo. roulette.
you couldn't do there was no satellite at this.
Come
point?
on,
I don't know.
come on.
Yeah.
We had only one.
Ah.
And that phone, it was in the presidency.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
Not like a Musk, Starlinks.
Exactly.
47,000 are existing in Ukraine war.
Yeah.
At the time, we had only one in all of the BH.
Yeah.
And it was the phone in the presidency.
Yeah. And but it had to use terrestrials to satellite. Is that
We didn't have any access to that one.
okay? Yeah.
Only that phone
one.
in a presidency. And that one could use the presidency stuff
Yeah,
to give an elementary contact for the all of the world.
Yeah.
Connection to the Brussels,
Yeah.
to the some Americans.
Yeah.
It was only one.
Yeah.
And in a game, Sarajevo roulette, more than 1 year, more than 200 people lost of life. More than 700 people were wounded. And next one we went through.
The roulette goes back and forth like
Yes.
this? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was built. Tunnel was open. No restricted. Everyone could use.
Yeah.
Everyone who liked to use the tunnel needed permission.
Where did you get that from?
Bosnian military. The first corps of the Bosnian army logistic department. Every user, potential user, they have to go there. They have to confirm own identity. They have to say to the military why would like to use the tunnel.
The tunnel's still clandestine. It's
When was built, we spoke about the built. The
yeah,
tunnel.
yeah.
And military next one will make the screen of your background and give the
So
authorization.
it wasn't something that happened right away. You had to make the request. Then
Of
go
course,
through a
require
process.
absolutely.
And then,
That was
so
normal.
they could take for as long as they wanted.
The procedure was 2-3 hours, 2-3 days. You got permission and you're ready for the tunnel.
Oh, in 2 or 3 days?
Yes, but you leave the siege of Sarajevo in old town to the reach, last one, Dobrinja, more than 12 kilometers.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Next one, 800 meters under the ground
Right,
to the black market.
right.
You would like to buy some things, goods here? Yes, you did, but you have to bring to your families.
This is the black market we went through here.
Yes,
Okay.
Butmiritz was black market. Back and forward, more than 28 kilometers.
Yeah.
Extremely hard, risk, tough, hard work,
Yeah.
hard way. One benefit. To back and forward, try to stop military police. We
Because
could
the only
manage it.
place that you were actually protected was in the blue area, right? And that was,
No, officially they didn't protect. By the way, Putin would like to denazification of Ukrainian people. Idea of the war since former Yugoslavia, it was idea about the Great Serbia.
Yeah.
According of that master for Karadzic, this city, Sarajevo, has to be divided on ethnically line. One dividing should be city river, some new wall. Sarajevo for him will be great like a Berlin after the World War II. Like a current Jerusalem or Cyprus, Nicosia, Turks and Greeks.
Serbs here.
One side Serbian Serbs, other one Croats and Bosniaks. But you have to know, in the Bosnian War, Bosnians, all ethnicities. In this one, Sarajevans, all ethnicities, we stay common. And we fought together against the common enemy. In my police station, one policeman was Orthodox. Other colleague was Catholic. I'm so proud. BH Army, it was born in the war. In the beginning, we didn't have. It was born in the war.
You had the police, police.
Part was police. It was always one multi-ethnical forces.
Yeah. And today is a strong army.
Not so strong, but professional 9,000 soldiers
Yeah.
creating the BH forces.
Yeah, and
But it's one.
and the position to the Ukraine war, is it? Are you part of the coalition forces or no?
Not directly,
Yeah.
but some bullets making here, some grenades,
okay.
and exporting to the in charge Americans, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So, but no.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And why so important? Now is the 24. More than 30 years of the war started, and still narratives are going on how this war was civil war. Even worse, how this war was a religion war. How could be religion if the one side, Bosnian side, was multi-ethnical?
Yeah. Yeah.
How could be civil war if the one side is they had the fourth military power? It was one of the brutal aggression of the one sovereign, one independent state. It was the war for the territory.
Territory and the
Territory
unification.
excluding the Catholics and Muslims, of course.
Yeah, and so unification to realign with the former Yugoslavia, and then
Yes.
and then remove the particular religious beliefs.
But in a new one, all the Serbs will stay in one. Instead of this one will be Great Serbia. Majority of the Bosnian forces were Muslims, definitely. Why? If you take the four main ethnicity of the BH, 3 of the 4 always they had, and they are having alternative. For the Bosnian Serbs, it's Serbia and Belgrade. Bosnian Croats, Croatian Zagreb, Jewish. Where is the alternative for the Muslims at the time, for the Bosnians at the moment? Like where is the now alternative for the Ukrainians? For the Palestinians? They don't have, and we didn't have. It was one, stay, fight, and try to survive. My generation, 73, 74, nobody asked, let's go to the war for the political issue. Maybe some Islamic state, no. the one common, we would like to stay alive.
For the
Yes. And our back included our sisters, our brothers, our moms.
yeah,
And this one is my born city.
yeah.
BH is my homeland.
My country, my land.
Not my, I mean personal, for everyone.
Yeah. So
I have only one, this one.
my brothers, my sisters.
Because the nearest alternative for the Bosniaks, Albania or Turkey. But always so far so way.
or extermination.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Albania all wants to come to. Yeah. I mean, Germany. There's many Albanians. Yeah.
Question?
No. Full. My head is full. My head.